Your hands won't stop shaking. The room smells of cigarettes and old tatami. You're 17. The man across the low table hasn't looked at you once. He won't. Not for months. This is the Yamaguchi-gumi, the largest criminal organization on Earth. And you just walked through the only door that doesn't open the other way. The Yakuza has existed for 400 years, 102,000 members at its peak. Now closer to 25,000 spread across Japan's industrial cities. They call themselves ninkyō dantai, chivalrous organizations. The state calls them bōryokudan, violence groups. They don't see themselves as criminals. They see themselves as the inheritors of samurai honor, the protectors of the forgotten. There are 7 ranks between the dirt and the throne. Most men never pass the 3rd. Many die trying. This is what each of those ranks feels like, from the street to the throne. 7 ranks, 7 lives. Most men die before the 3rd. A handful reach the 5th. Almost none touch the 7th. You're about to live all of them. Welcome to the Iron Ladder. You sleep on a futon in a room with 6 other boys. The floor is cold. You wake at 5. Your first task is cleaning the jimusho, the office, before the senior members arrive. You scrub toilets, you fold laundry, you stand outside convenience stores in January, bowing to men who don't acknowledge you exist. Your job is to be invisible until summoned. You run errands. You deliver packages you don't open. You drive cars you don't own to addresses you don't question. You hold umbrellas. You light cigarettes. You memorize faces and keep your mouth shut. You earn nothing. Room and board. 2 meals a day, rice and fish. You wear hand-me-down suits that don't fit. You own 1 pair of shoes. If you're lucky, someone gives you 5,000 yen for the month. You spend it on cigarettes to stay awake. The danger isn't the police. It's the senior members. You can be beaten for looking someone in the eye, for speaking out of turn, for failing to anticipate an order before it's given. 1 boy in your group disappeared last month. No one mentioned him again. Half of all shatei-gashira quit within 6 months. Another quarter are expelled for incompetence. The rest endure. You endure because leaving means you wasted a year of your life bowing to men who will never remember your name. You prove yourself by becoming a ghost, by anticipating needs, by taking a beating without complaint. If you survive this, you survive. The next rank doesn't ask. It tests. You have a name now, not the one your mother gave you, the one the kumicho gave you at the ceremony where you drank sake from the same cup as 30 other men. You are part of the family. You have a pin on your lapel. You have a business card with the syndicate's logo. You collect debts. You stand outside pachinko parlors and remind men what they owe. Most pay, some don't. When they don't, you make a phone call. Someone older comes. You watch what happens. You learn the difference between a warning and a lesson. You earn 150,000 yen a month, roughly $1 in $100. You rent a studio apartment. You buy a better suit. You eat at ramen shops where the owner knows your face and doesn't charge you. You send money home to your mother and lie about where it comes from. The police know your name now. They stop you on the street. They photograph you. They ask questions you don't answer. Your fingerprints are in a database. Your face is in a file. You've accepted this. 1 in 4 wakashu are arrested within 2 years. Most serve short sentences. 6 months, a year. You come out harder. You come out trusted. The syndicate pays your legal fees. They visit you inside. You learn that loyalty runs both directions, but only if you prove yours first. You rise by doing what others won't, by taking the arrest, by keeping silent, by showing the scars. 3 ranks to go. You have men under you now. 3 wakashu who bow when you enter the room. You remember being them. You don't show it. You are responsible for their mistakes. You are credited with their successes. You learn to manage both. You run a street. Kabukicho, maybe. Roppongi. Somewhere the tourists go and the money flows. You oversee protection rackets. 12 businesses pay you monthly. Bars, restaurants, massage parlors. You collect 800,000 yen a month. You keep 300,000. The rest goes up. You carry a knife now. Not a gun. Guns draw federal attention. A knife is personal. A knife is quiet. You've used it twice. Once to scare. Once because scaring didn't work. You remember the second man's face. You tell yourself you don't. This is where the blood starts. A rival syndicate moves into your territory. You're ordered to respond. You take 2 men. You find their collector outside a hostess club at 2 a.m. You break his arm in 3 places. You leave him in the street. He knows who sent you. That's the point. 15% of kyōdai die violently. Stabbings, mostly. Beatings that go too far. You sleep lighter now. You check your mirrors. You vary your route home. You've made enemies whose names you don't know yet. You advance by holding territory, by increasing revenue, by proving you can manage men and violence in equal measure. The next rank is where you stop being muscle. You become management. You don't stand outside anymore. You sit in the back office of a cabaret club the syndicate owns. You wear a better suit. You have a secretary. She's 60 and knows more about the business than you ever will. You listen to her. You manage 15 men. You oversee 3 streets. You collect 4 million yen a month. You keep 800,000. You have a 2-bedroom apartment. You have a car, a black Toyota Crown. You have a girlfriend who doesn't ask questions because she already knows the answers. Your job is profit and discipline. You decide which businesses pay and which get reminded why they should. You mediate disputes between your men. You punish disloyalty. Last month, one of your wakashu was skimming. You didn't kill him. You cut off his pinky finger yourself at the second knuckle in front of the others. He thanked you for the mercy. The violence is different now. You order it. You don't do it. You sit across from a man and tell him what will happen if he doesn't comply. Your reputation does the work. But sometimes reputation isn't enough. Sometimes you have to remind people what you're capable of. You do. You hate that it's easier each time. You're 31. You've been in the syndicate for 14 years. You've seen 7 men you started with die. 3 from rival syndicates. 2 from police raids gone wrong. 1 from an overdose. 1 from suicide. You don't talk about the last one. You rise by keeping your territory quiet and your revenue growing, by making problems disappear before your boss hears about them. The next rank is where the real power starts. It's also where the real paranoia begins. You sit in rooms with men who've killed more people than you've met. You represent your faction in meetings with other factions. You negotiate, you threaten. You smile and pour tea for men you'd kill if the order came. You oversee 120 men across 6 neighborhoods. You manage drug distribution, protection, loan sharking, and underground gambling. You move 40 million yen a month. You keep 3 million. You have a house in Yokohama. You have 2 cars. You have a wife who married you knowing what you are. The police have a file on you 3 inches thick. They've arrested you twice. Both times, your lawyers had you out in 72 hours. The syndicate pays for the best. You've never been convicted. You've learned to speak carefully, to never use names on the phone, to assume every room is wired. The danger isn't the police anymore, it's internal. Rival factions within the syndicate, men who want your position, men who think you're weak, men who think you're too strong. You've survived 2 assassination attempts. 1 was a car bomb that didn't detonate. 1 was a knife in a parking garage. You killed that man yourself, slowly. You trust 3 people, your wife, your oldest friend from the shatei-gashira days, and your driver who's been with you for 9 years. Everyone else is a potential enemy. You sleep with a gun under your pillow. You check your car for explosives every morning. You advance by surviving, by making your boss richer, by eliminating threats before they materialize. The next rank is the last step before the top. It's also the most dangerous. The man above you is watching. So is the man below. You are the second most powerful man in a syndicate of 3,000 members. You sit to the right of the Oyabun at every meeting. You speak for him when he doesn't want to speak himself. You are his fist and his voice. You control half the organization. You manage the Yakuza. You approve every major decision. You decide who rises and who falls. You've ordered 19 executions in 6 years. Traitors, mostly. Informants. Men who forgot their place. You don't pull the trigger anymore. You don't need to. You earn 15 million yen a month, roughly $110,000. You have a house in the hills outside Kobe. You have 3 cars. You have investments the police don't know about. You have a legitimate business as a front, a construction company that actually builds things. You pay taxes. You donate to local politicians. You're photographed at charity events. The paranoia is constant. You have 6 bodyguards. You rotate them weekly. You never eat food you didn't watch being prepared. You never drink from a glass someone else poured. Last year, your predecessor in this role was found in Tokyo Bay with a concrete block, chained to his legs. He'd been stealing. You made sure everyone knew why. You attend funerals every month, sometimes for enemies, sometimes for friends. You've stopped noticing the difference. You bow. You offer incense. You shake hands with men who might kill you next week. You smile. You remember everything. The Oyabun is 74. He's sick. Everyone knows. Everyone's waiting. You're the logical successor. But logic doesn't guarantee survival. There are 3 other men who think they deserve the throne. You've already moved against one. The other 2 are watching. So are you. You don't sleep more than 4 hours a night. You dream of the men you've killed. Not all of them. Just the first one. The one from when you were Kyodai. You never learned his name. You wish you had. You rise by waiting, by staying loyal, by making sure no one can move against you without dying in the attempt. 1 rank left. It's closer than it's ever been. It's also the loneliest place on Earth. The ceremony lasts 4 hours. You drink sake from a cup that's been used for 60 years. You swear oaths to men who are dead. You accept the pin, the crest, the title. 3,000 men bow to you. You bow to no one. This is what you've killed for. This is what you've bled for. You feel nothing. The first morning, you wake in your house and realize you can't leave without 6 men surrounding you. You can't eat at a restaurant without it being cleared first. You can't visit your mother without putting her in danger. The throne is a cage. You knew this. Knowing didn't prepare you. You control 3,000 men across 12 cities. You move 600 million yen a month, roughly $4.4 million. You oversee drug trafficking, arms smuggling, construction, real estate, and entertainment. You have politicians in your pocket. You have police captains who warn you before raids. You have judges who owe you favors they can never repay. Your decisions kill people. Not directly. You don't hold the knife anymore. But when you say a name, that person disappears. You've said 43 names in 3 years. You remember all of them. You tell yourself they were necessary. You're not sure you believe it anymore. You trust no one. Your wife sleeps in a separate wing of the house. Your children don't speak to you. Your oldest son refused to join the syndicate. You haven't seen him in 7 years. Your daughter married a banker and moved to Singapore. She doesn't return your calls. You tell yourself, it's safer this way. You're probably right. Someone will betray you. You don't know who. You don't know when. But it will happen. It always does. You've betrayed men to get here. You've ordered the deaths of mentors and friends. The young men rising beneath you are learning the same lessons. One of them is smarter than you. One of them is hungrier. One of them is patient enough to wait. You're 56. You've been oyabun for 3 years. The average lifespan in this role is 7 years. Some die of old age. Most don't. You've already survived 1 coup attempt. Your Yakuza moved against you 18 months ago. You found out 3 days before. You killed him and his 5 closest allies. You did it yourself. You wanted them to see your face. You sit alone in your office most nights. The walls are soundproof. No one hears you. No one sees you. You built an empire. You command an army. You have more money than you can spend, and you would trade all of it to sleep without a gun under your pillow. You won't, but you would. Was it worth it? You don't answer that question anymore. The question isn't whether it was worth it. The question is whether you ever had a choice. You tell yourself you didn't. You're not sure that's true either. You started with nothing. You ended with everything. And everything cost more than nothing ever did. Every ladder is built the same way. The men at the bottom carry the weight. The man at the top carries the silence. The climb was never the question. The question was always, what's left of you when you arrive? Every rank has a price. This was the Yakuza's. The iron ladder. Climb carefully.